If you're thinking about buying a home and a resale home is something that you're considering, this video is perfect for you. Today we're going to tackle the pros and cons of buying a resale home. Hi, I'm Kevin Grolig, a real estate agent with Compass located in Potomac, Maryland. And thanks once again for visiting the latest video in a series, Real Kevin. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into the pros and cons of buying a resale home in Montgomery County and the surrounding DMV. While there are no perfect homes and no rights or wrongs, there definitely are certain things that you need to know about purchasing a resale home. And here's a quick fast forward. Next week, we're going to jump into the pros and cons of buying a new home. But for today, let's just keep it to resale homes. The first pro to buying a resale home is quick occupancy or move-in. While the closing dates on a resale purchase are negotiable, most closings occur within 30 to 60 days of the contract writing. This is perfect for people who are on a tight timeline or need to meet a certain deadline. The number two pro to buying a resale property is the interest rate lock-in. Most mortgage lenders will lock in your interest rates for 30 to 60 days at no cost. This coincides nicely with the 30 to 60 day settlement and occupancy on a resale purchase. The bottom line is your interest rate will be guaranteed all the way up until the time of closing. So there's no surprises. The number three pro, greater availability. There's no question with resale homes, you'll be open to a greater amount of home inventory. This includes greater choice when it comes to styles and location. Number four pro, negotiation. While today's market is more in the seller's favor, in a more balanced market, you'll find greater negotiation between buyer and seller on things like price and terms when it comes to purchasing a resale home. Most new home builders have very tight margins, so there's very little flexibility when it comes to negotiation. So what you see is pretty much what you get. On a resale home, you're dealing with the seller directly, so depending upon their level of motivation and desire to sell, you could have more negotiation there. Once again, the climate of the market will have a lot to do whether you can negotiate or not. Number five pro, establish neighborhoods and communities. With resale homes, typically what you're not going to have is construction and noise and dirt and dust that come from building in a new home community. What you find is something more established where you really don't have to deal with those type of things. Number six pro to buying a resale home is they're less expensive. On average, a resale home costs 20% less than a new home. Just like purchasing a car, you pay a premium for new homes. When you purchase a resale home, you don't have to worry about that upfront markup. Number seven pro, mature trees and landscaping. With resale homes, you'll tend to find taller trees and more mature shrubbery than you would in a new home community. Number eight pro, better proximity. Since older homes were built first, what you'll find is these locations tend to be more attractive than new home communities. When I say attractive, what I mean is these communities typically are closer to work, schools, major commuter routes, as well as public transportation. Number nine pro, conveyance items. More often what we'll find is on resale homes, the homes will come with window treatments, oftentimes washers and dryers, as well as other appliances that you may not get in a new home. And sometimes you may have a seller who is willing to leave behind things of value you might be interested in, like lawn equipment, possibly indoor-outdoor furniture, or maybe even a grill. So those are some of the pros I see when you're considering to purchase a resale home. Now let's talk about some of the cons. Number one con is greater maintenance. Depending on the home you purchase and your personal style, a resale home may require more upfront maintenance when it comes to things like replacing roofs, HVAC, or renovations. Number two, less energy efficient. Resale homes may have older kitchen appliances that may not be as efficient, as well as less efficient windows, HVAC units, and water heaters. Number three con, dated design styles. This doesn't always hold true, but with resale homes, sometimes you'll find dated design styles. Depending on the age of your home, you might find with older homes that you find lower ceilings, smaller closets, smaller bedrooms, and kitchens. And oh yeah, less of that open concept that people seem to be craving these days. The number 4 con is resale homes tend to be not as customizable. While there can be customization to a resale home, more often than not, what you're going to find is you'll be stuck with somebody else's version of custom. You may also find outdated architecture from decades in the past. The number 5 con is hazardous materials. Depending on the age of the home, you might find some hazardous materials on homes built prior to 1978, like lead-based paint or asbestos. You won't find those items in new or newer homes. Number 6 con, sometimes safety features are less updated. One example I can think of is the lack of ground fault indicators in bathrooms and kitchens. Ground fault indicators, or GFCIs, can prevent electrical shock if a hairdryer or an appliance is dropped into the sink. The good news is this is something that can be easily added in a resale home at very low cost. Another example is sprinkler systems. While sprinkler systems have been required in all townhomes and condominiums since 1986, this was not required in single-family homes up until October 8th, 2003. The point I'm getting at is if you buy a townhouse or condo built prior to 1986, or a single-family home built before October 8, 2003, most likely it won't have sprinkler systems. So there you have it. There's my list of pros and cons when it comes to purchasing a resale home. What do you think of my list? Do you have any suggestions? If you like my video, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, or share my video. If you have any questions about buying or selling real estate in Montgomery County or the surrounding DMV, you can call or text me at 240-793-7495. Thanks once again for checking out the latest video in a series, Real Kevin. See you next Wednesday.